Buongiorno. It's the Todd Father, bringing Cough Country TV to Italy. Today, I'm in Firenze, Italy, a great place of history and a great town to shop. But why else may I be here? I'm in search of the elusive skunk weed, and I haven't found it. Italy and the Italians, they love the cannabis, but that elusive skunk weed is still something that we had to search for. So maybe tomorrow.
And we are live. Welcome back to this country, my man.
Amen.
Oh, good to be back. Good to be back.
Man, the Todd Father is back in town.
Buonasera.
Hey.
And
Buongiorno.
we got Steve with the news here joining us.
What's
Welcome,
up, Phil?
welcome to the show.
Thank you, bud.
So, we almost had you in the other night for the Canastrologer, but you got to see it from a different angle, huh? How'd I do, big man?
Man, you look good actually holding it down by yourself.
It's hard by yourself,
I was
man.
like, damn, he don't need me.
Believe me, I need you, man.
Holding it down.
I gotta sit here and talk to myself, man.
No, it went well.
You imagine if I had to talk without the Canastrologer? There's nobody here. I'd have been nothing.
Man,
You do
I
a
wanted
little
her to
puppet show,
read me.
Like,
Hey, Phil.
Talk right
how you
into there,
doing?
Steve.
How you doing?
Well, so you're back in the States, and we've got pictures, and you've got some stories, so we want to hear about that. I've got a bone to pick with someone, the big organization. We're going to talk about that tonight.
I don't
We're gonna
know.
talk-
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm telling you, man.
Get ready.
I'm pissed off at
He
this.
got me shook.
Yeah,
It's not right.
Phil
This
looks
is-
pissed.
This is not right. We're going to deal with that.
Okay.
And then we've got some news stories, right?
Yeah, some stuff's happening. Yeah, let's. The world's moving, man.
So we will be bringing you guys some news stories. So I guess the first thing I want to know is, how was Italy?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So how the trip was good,
It was a great trip. Flight was smooth.
right?
It's about an 8-hour flight, but it went smoothly. It felt quicker than that. And
Did you sleep? Did you sleep on the plane?
yeah, and I got a little nap in there.
Okay.
Maybe about 2 hours I was chilling, watching a movie.
It's not bad. I can't sleep on a plane. No way.
Yeah, it's hard to sleep. Every time
I can, but I
Yeah.
won't.
You won't.
I won't.
You don't want to?
Uh-oh.
Nah, man. Like back in the day, like when you used to fall asleep in front of other people, bad shit would fucking happen. Like for example, you would wake up and like motherfuckers would write on you and shit.
Yeah. Oh, you're going like to school and
that sounds like some boarding school shit
yeah,
right there.
right.
Yeah, Steve,
Yeah.
pull this in because it's extra
know.
sensitive. Yeah, yeah. So and actually slide a little bit
Yeah.
back. We'll get your positioning. There we go. We're good. We're good. So yeah. So like I don't sleep in front of people unless there's like somebody there. Like if I got like my girl's with me or something, and she can like stay awake and watch what's going on, then I can do it.
Okay.
Then I know someone's like watching out for me.
You sound like you had some fears or something.
Something happened
some
to you.
things going on. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Nah, man, listen, people fuck with people when you never seen that shit. You fall asleep in front of people. The next thing you know, they're fucking writing on you.
It could be your company, Phil.
I think I have a loving community that surrounds me. I don't know how you feel.
Well, okay, let me ask you this. Good point. So when you're on a train, or is that your loving community? Do you know everybody on there and shit?
Yeah, I don't.
Well, the train is a little different. That's transit
What
daily.
the fuck's the difference? The
transient.
train or the plane? What's the
It's a little
difference?
smooth on the
different.
plane, man. The train.
Oh,
that's
so you're
where the crazy.
but you're trusting everybody on the plane, but not on
well,
the train.
if I'm traveling with someone,
If you're traveling,
girlfriend.
that's what
In
I
a
just said.
plane, you're kind of in this
But
together.
even if I'm by myself, I'm checking shit out. You know what I'm saying?
And you ain't sleeping.
Well, yeah, I don't really sleep hard. No.
You can say that, but he's old school. He ain't sleeping.
Well,
Putting
you
himself in
motherfucker
fucking,
know what time it is.
I know what time it is. That's why I don't
Yeah.
fucking go to sleep in front of other people. All right, so keep telling us about this trip. I want to
Yeah,
know,
so,
like,
you know-
to the places you went, but then we're going to get into the weed angle, and then we
Yeah.
got pictures and shit.
Yeah, so Italy's a great place. What the weather was perfect.
Talking to the mic.
To go in there into great season. So the winter started off in Rome. They have a lot of history down there. So went to the Coliseum, took a tour of that.
Yeah.
That was
That shit's cool.
fantastic. It was
Yeah.
great,
Amazing.
great,
It's
and
unbelievable. And then just to realize the history of that place
How
and that
long
it's
it's been
fucking
there.
still there.
Yeah, exactly. It's
I would like to battle you and that motherfucker, to be honest with you. I'm not kidding you. You and me.
man, your ass would have went down out of this motherfucker.
Ooh.
You see who the star Gladiator 2 is, motherfucker.
Who's that?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I believe that.
This one Denzel. This is the Denzel story right here.
You the gladiator.
Yeah. So Rome is rich in history, is big.
Yeah.
So so people you can compare it to like being like New York, very busy, but it's very pretty.
Yeah.
Historic building.
Have you ever seen
bunch
more?
of stores?
Have you ever seen
magnificent stores,
more
boutiques.
scooters in your life?
Oh, it's like 3 million scooters out there.
Millions,
Little Vespas.
motherfuckers. Dude. Hey, everybody
Roman
got
holiday?
one.
Yeah, everyone. You see people of all ages riding scooters.
Yeah,
That's
if you
the
don't-
way.
I think if you don't have a scooter, you're probably like an outcast of society.
Yeah, you're just
over there.
you're the sad guy that's got to walk to work. Like, oh,
Yeah, people probably write on you when you fall asleep.
this guy doesn't have a scooter.
Yeah, see, that's why don't sleep in front of people.
Yeah. So the food was good in Rome and everything, and then we went there for a few days, and then we bounced on over to Florence, or Firenze as they call it over there.
Yeah.
And that's a magnificent city, bunch of shops, boutiques, fine stores, the Gucci store and all that.
How'd
Nice
you get
stuff.
from one spot to the other?
Oh, we had transportation between the
Executive
locations.
transportation.
Oh, well, out there, the driving's crazy, and hey, you don't want to had to deal with it,
Right.
So
Yeah, I wouldn't
Right.
drive. No
get in
way.
there, take a ride. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, and fall back.
I didn't think you were going to mix it up with the commoners, to be honest
Oh,
with
well,
you.
shit. Eventually, we were there. You know what I'm saying? We made it to the masses.
All right, well, we'll hear about that.
The Todd father comes
So
home.
Florence
he
was
expects
great.
the treatment.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. I'm
Right.
actually, so the Pope was there a couple weeks before I went.
Oh, the
there,
new one.
right? The new Pope.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm glad I missed that, but I did. You see the Pope mobile?
Has he got a new one
Got
or
a
like the
little
old
small-
one?
small-
Well, I
small
tell you,
Pope.
we didn't see that, but we saw the Chick-fil-A mobile that goes around
did
and
see
delivers.
that.
Did you see that
Yeah,
shit?
but that's another story.
That's the story. Yeah.
Yeah. So Rome was great, historic. Florence is a little bit more. It's kind of like Philadelphia. You know what I mean? Not as
Yeah.
congested.
I get that.
Hip, cool, a lot of great places there. They're known for their linen shirts, brought back a couple linen shirts,
Linen?
linen, yeah. Button downs, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I didn't know that was their thing.
That's the thing over there. Got linen shirts over there, boy, you be looking good.
But that's Florence. That's not like you're not going to Rome in a linen shirt. They're going to laugh at you on their Vespa. Is that what you do?
Yeah, a little bit. But in Italy, everyone's dressed up. The women, the women are not wearing yoga pants and things like that. They dress their fan. They
Oh, yeah?
look good. Yeah, very nice looking ladies.
Very tasteful.
Very tasteful. It's
Not
a
a lot
work of art over there.
Would you say it's not a lot of 304 activity?
Nah, well,
It's probably, yeah.
I think you can get the 304 anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
That's everywhere.
Yeah.
All right.
So, then took a trip on down to Naples, right? Visited Pompeii, right? See those ruins down there. See the Mount Vesuvius, the volcano that erupted. And then from there, we swung on down to Sorrento for about like 5 days. That's down on the coast down
So
there.
you spent
So
the longest time there.
Yeah, the longest
That's-
time. Because it's nice down there on the coast. It's a good place to end. Then, took a little boat ride over to Capri. Got a chance to get on one of those little rowboats and ride into one of those caves and everything.
Oh,
That was
man.
neat, and ran around Capri, and they got their little shopping areas and things like that. And then we went on back, and then, took off from Naples back and came on back.
Nice.
But I tell you, the best part is, you can't mention Italy without talking about the food.
Oh no.
I mean,
yeah,
the
you got to.
I
It's
can't
amazing.
You
I
gotta
can't
tell
eat
them.
Italian here no more.
Nah, it's not
You know
even.
what I'm
It's
saying?
not even
It's a
the
different
same.
world. It's a different world,
American
yeah.
Italian food, like what we go,
Completely
it
different.
ain't the same.
No.
Fresh, the seafood, the pasta, homemade. It's
You didn't bring us back nothing. You pulled
Oh.
a T greedy, actually.
Oh well, you got to come along for that one.
He's got a
Man.
pocket full of spaghetti and on the plane.
I gotta tell you,
like-
I've had I've had a couple amazing meals, and I was in Italy, man. It's good,
beautiful
good,
food place.
Good,
Oh my
good.
God.
Yeah, you're gonna gain some weight out there.
Speaking of that, we have some pictures that we can show everybody.
Oh, pictures.
Yeah. Hey.
Uh-oh.
So why don't we go one by one through these, and the Todd Father can tell us what we're looking at. Go full screen with them. They don't need to see us; they need to see him. So we'll put the first one up. Now, what are we looking at?
Well, the first thing you need to do when you touch down anywhere is find the source.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. That's the first goddamn thing. So there was a little cannabis store there, as you see there. And
Did you need your med card to do this?
No, this is a recreational, I guess, if you will.
It's recreational?
Open to the public.
But it's THC?
I'll say that.
Yeah, that's my next question. Steve asked my question. What is that? What are we looking at? What is that?
Well, it was what I had was what they told me it was, and what the package said was THC.
But they didn't say
Delta 9.
Indica. No, they didn't. In fact, what I found interesting, so I needed the pen too, so you had to buy the pen. I'm like, high price pen.
Right, they're gonna get you.
And the cartridge. So, got the pen. Mm-hmm. She put the cartridge on it. She gave me the pen and the cartridge, and the box to the pen part, but not the box to the cartridge.
Ah.
So I was like, okay, I wanted to look at that again. Yeah.
Oh, so like you don't really know what.
Well, I looked at it. I was looking at it, but I would have liked to have the box.
She didn't want you to see what was going on.
Oh.
So anyway, that was the first stop. Got one of them.
All right. So what's next? Tell us what's next. Oh, look at this. What are we seeing here?
Look at the style.
Okay, so
first thing I see is he's sporting some Cough Country merch. So shout out to you.
Listen, Cough Country goes to Italy, baby.
All right, so where is this?
So this is out in Rome, right downtown, right in the thick of things there, and happened to be one of the hotels that I stayed at, and so before I stepped out, take a little stroll and check out the shops and get a little light bite and some wine, I had to go out front and put some clouds up.
Strutting the streets of Roma.
Well, they haven't seen all the pictures yet, but they're going to get a recurring theme here. There's a recurring theme.
It'll just get cloudier and cloudier.
Right.
And cloudier.
So let's put the next one up. You tell us where you're at. Same spot, right?
Same spot, right?
A little
there.
wider view. Got to see what's happening.
Yep. Different hit.
Yeah,
All right. Now, who took these pictures?
Well, I was out there with my significant, beautiful wife.
Okay. And she was okay with you posing, smoking all kinds of weed all over the place?
She's my photographer.
All right.
Know what I'm saying?
Okay.
My wife is talented.
I bet. She's got to be talented to be with you, brother.
It's a team.
All right.
It takes a village.
Next picture. Let's see the next one.
So
I know where this is.
Okay, so Rome had some great things there, but this actually I think is in Florence. We went to a couple of museums.
Oh, that's not
there.
in Rome? That's not the Pantheon?
No, that one's that's one of Michelangelo's work. So there was a lot of artwork and a bunch of sculptures. Everybody was a sculptor or a painter. Everyone was very talented back then.
How come all these statues have small penis?
Man, well, shit, I don't know what was going on back there. I guess it's before, people. That's how they started off. Listen, that ain't my people.
Okay, fair enough. That's not his people, man.
I said the food was good. I ain't said the wood was good.
Well, you want that statue real hard? You want to make it hard for you? You wait for that?
All right, what's the next one? Check that out.
All right. So, this is
got a little
in
harder.
the streets of Florence in front of one another. So that's a replica. I'm standing in front of a doorway of a big church. And that's a replica of it. I think it might be made in like bronze or something like that. But the original was made of gold.
and this was very elaborate. So I just wanted.
I mean, without the gold, it kind of looks like you're in jail a little bit.
A little bit.
Well,
you got the
that's
shades
protect
on.
the people from going to touch the door,
And
so it's actually closed
To keep them, or to keep that in, or to keep you out. You know,
To keep you out.
Yeah,
in
that's
case there
what
was
it
any
is.
Eagle fans out there, motherfucker,
This one's reckless.
we got to
over here.
close the gate out this motherfucker. Here we go.
Hey,
When they heard off on the Philly area, they closed shit up.
right?
Smoking on the
They didn't
streets.
want to get robbed. They didn't want to get robbed. Hey, can you put that picture, that same one, back on again? I just want to make one more note. It looks like you had a big meal right before this.
Oh man, well shit.
Oh,
I was out there eating. You know
shots
what I'm
fired.
saying?
Yeah, you're in Italy. You better be.
You know.
Shit. All right.
Yeah, well, look how happy he looks with that. After that meal.
you know.
I wonder if the next picture.
He
Do
got
you guys
my
want
eye,
to
enjoy that shit.
Do you guys want to bet on the next picture whether he's smoking or not smoking?
You know what? I'm going with the odds. I'm saying it's an accidental not smoking, but he shouldn't. It was like an accidental picture.
All right. Do you think you'll be smoking in the next picture?
I'm gonna say it's a good possibility.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's see.
Hey.
Oh, well, shit.
He is not smoking, man.
Have a little faith.
Had to
in
take
yourself.
a break. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's it.
Yes.
Now, what are we seeing here?
So this is in Florence. So if you now you're looking at me, to my left is a nice little square down there with all the shops and everything. And this is actually a historic bridge, and going across the bridge is kind of like Philadelphia's old Jewelers Row.
Okay.
There's nothing but jewelry stores on both sides of the bridge. It's a very nice and unique place.
That's cool.
So people sit there and buy their watches and
Yeah.
rings and diamonds and things like that.
I was going to say something that's not right. I'm not going to say it. I've already said enough that's not right. And we're going to talk about
Well,
things we're going to talk about that tonight, about saying things that are right and not right. So,
Man, well, you ain't never had a conscience. You know what I'm saying?
all right. So, what's the next picture?
Ooh.
Oh,
We're getting into food now.
double.
Okay, so
He's double fisted on this one.
Now, it
Yeah,
looks
had
like
to
you
have a Peroni,
you got inspired by the David statue there, and they got to blur you out here. That's what it looks like right now.
and this is. I mean, listen. If you want to have poison and medicine in each hand at the same time, this is a great picture.
look, I'm just trying to do the damn thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is actually in Sorrento. And Sorrento's a beautiful place and a
Like a
great
beach.
place to end the trip.
Like a beach.
Yeah, it's very scenic. A lot of hills, cliffs. All the roads have grades in them. So actually, we took a nice walk all the way down this walkway. Walked all the way down. It wasn't too far from the hotel we're at.
Okay.
And we could actually see part of it from looking over the cliff. But actually went down there and ate at the marina down there, and it was very nice. And they had a great seafood, great scene, and all
I
that.
bet.
A
You
lot
can
of
go, yeah,
restaurants.
you control room. You can go to the next picture.
Yeah.
No, go back to that one where he was at the that one.
All right. So this here. So while we're in Sorrento, it is not far from the famous Capri, Italy. So took a little boat ride from Sorrento, probably about like 25 minutes, over to the island of Capri.
That's what this is.
Yeah. So this is after we got off. Prior to that, we got off the boat and got off on those little rowboat boats, and we got to go inside one of the caves. So,
That's cool.
very
Nice.
small,
That's
so that was
cool.
nice.
Who them girls in the background? Put that back up for a second. You know who they are?
Man, I don't know them moves.
You know who you're traveling with. You know who you're traveling with.
All right, we got one last picture.
Yeah. So
That
this-
sums it up pretty good.
Yeah.
Right, Steve?
End of the road, right there.
Yeah, so this is actually in downtown Sorrento. Very nice, bunch of shops, restaurants, bars, great food, great drink, great atmosphere. Everybody seems to be happy down there. Everyone looks good, It's a good time. So this is in front of another cannabis place. Actually, I believe it's the same one that I was in and when I was in Rome.
Same brand.
Same
store.
brand. Yeah. So they had my man sitting out here, this is my boy from back in the day, over from Jolland, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I had to stop and say, what's up?
And he didn't move, did he?
Well, my man is a little stoned.
He's stoned.
He is. He is. You're not
So
wrong.
I guess my last question, or as we wrap up this part of this, like, why am I only seeing you smoke a pen the whole time?
I want to ask
you
some
wanna know-
questions about this
I
stuff.
was
Yeah,
able-
well, Steve, this is your
Right.
forte.
I have
here.
some thoughts.
That's a legitimate question. That's a very legitimate question because my preference is to
Was
smoke
it
a
not
fatty.
Right up.
right? But was it not available
Well, I'm gonna say I didn't really go into the trenches as if I was
by yourself?
by myself and things. So since I was accommodating my wife, and it was actually over her birthday and things
Right.
like that.
So
Anniversary
it's
coming up.
easier to tolerate the vape.
Yeah, so I said let me fall back for a little bit. And I'm
Okay.
just, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
So
always
it,
scared
so
of
it
mine
wasn't.
about it.
I was worried that it wasn't available. It's not. That's not the issue.
Well, I'm gonna say this: it's not prevalent out there. You're not gonna just.
but when
like a
you
lot of
walk
other
into the
places.
store, there's no pre rolls. There's no.
No, they had. Now I think they had like some Delta shit, gummies and shit like. They had drinks.
but no flour. You
see,
couldn't buy
No
an eighth.
flour. No flour.
No pre rolls.
Because Italy's kind of
Yeah.
supposed to be pretty intense about it. Like
Well,
they
I'm gonna
actually,
say that I smelled it in a couple of places. We were
Yeah,
out in the
yeah.
square out in Florence.
Listen, I mean, everything I know about Italians from back in the day
Mm-hmm.
is that they take Marlboros and they put hash in it, and then they re-roll that shit up, and that's what they smoke.
Oh yeah,
Damn, that's crazy.
Oh, that's a move right there.
That is, and yeah, I mean that's authentic.
Hey,
If you're Italian, you're out there, and I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong because I know Italians, and this is what they do.
That's a move, man.
This is what they do.
Because Italy just almost pretty much banned CBD. They just banned a thing that like they have weed light. I know over there, so that's like mostly CBD, less THC. But they pretty much just banned that. So I figured you weren't going to find anything. So
well, damn sure didn't find the skunk weed. I tell you that.
Yeah.
Well, did it get you high?
I'm gonna say that's a negative.
Didn't even
It's-
get you
it's
high.
kinda-
Shit
man.
was weak.
It's-
I
yeah.
smoked. Yeah.
So you can get high off a pen if the pen's right, right?
yes,
So it's not like you can't get high off a pen. You can get,
yes.
but it
I do have a high tolerance, but
It
I
was-
ain't feel nothing there.
So
shit
maybe
was
it is
weak.
this weed light stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
like 5% THC and like 10% CBD.
And
or
before the
something.
show, we were talking about Mexico and their trash ass motherfucking
Oh,
weed.
listen.
Mexico's bad.
Their
Oh,
weed,
they're supposed
they
to
had
have
the
great weed.
worst
No.
weed
Their
out.
weed is the worst, dude. It's fucking. I wish I knew we were going to talk about it because on the last Mexico trip, I got some pictures of this fucking swag, and
yeah?
it's dog shit.
They must
man.
export all the good stuff. Right?
When you want to do a bong hit, you're willing to try to give something a chance. But I'm telling you, I've given this shit plenty of chances. It doesn't matter even who you get it from or where it is. It's trash
every time.
every single time. And maybe we don't know. Maybe we don't know who to go to there. But everywhere else I go, I fucking seem to know where to go.
Right.
So why can't I figure it out there?
Maybe they just hate the Americans.
Maybe, or maybe they just got fucking trash weed.
Or maybe all the good
I might
stuff
be
probably
right.
goes to the cartels, and they ship that up here. You know,
Yeah,
like
the
maybe-
cartels ain't letting them fucking anybody have good weed.
Yeah,
Man, shit weak. That is real. Just drink some fucking anything that's in a bottle or a can.
right.
Because motherfuckers passing out on their drinks down that motherfucker there. Shit. God damn.
All right, so we're glad you're back, man.
Yeah, it's good to
Amen.
be back.
We missed you.
Yeah, my man.
Steve missed you.
I did.
But Steve sat in your chair. How'd that feel? You like doing that?
I didn't mean to. He made me. He made me.
listen.
I wouldn't do it otherwise. I would leave it empty.
The famous Steve holding it down.
Holding it
You know what I'm saying?
down.
I felt.
My
I
man-
felt.
Hey,
Thank you, bud.
people are happy that you're back, man.
Hey, I'm happy to
Man.
be back.
Yeah, people are happy. Like I'm getting all kinds of good stuff. So, all right, control room. If you could put behind me on the big screen the slide on the topic, we're going to leave that up while we're talking about this, because while we just had a good time talking about Todd's trip, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer,
Let's get
but
into it. Let's go.
take a look at the big board.
YouTube. This is a perennial one. Yeah, it keeps coming back.
I'm sick of this, man, and I'm sick of these guys. And I have an example. We talk about this all the time, okay? And at Cough Country TV, we don't expect to get any money from these platforms.
Right.
But you know what? At the same time, I expect to be treated fairly. That's what I expect. Treat me fairly. I came into this knowing that our opportunities here were not with whether YouTube or any one other of these mediums pay us to do what we do.
Right.
Our goal is to be able to offer these advertising opportunities to the actual industry, not to offer them to just anyone, to
Right,
offer them to
right.
people in the industry who don't have the opportunity to advertise wherever they want to advertise.
Right.
That's why we're doing what we're doing. And so these guys have a massive fucking problem with cannabis creators. And so tonight what we're going to do is we're going to take a deeper dive into it. We're not going to solve any issues tonight.
Okay. We're gonna check it out.
But we're going to take a deeper dive into what these guys are doing. Now, what precipitated this, right? Because this is not a new topic. All of us have talked about
been
this.
hit, yeah, but
many times.
Yeah.
But what precipitated this one, and if you can go control room, go full screen with the 4 thumbnails if you could. It's the slide with, go full screen with that one if you don't mind, just for a second while.
this got hit.
So these videos here, okay, here are 4 videos that were long form format. And when we call long form, we're talking about somewhere in the 5 to 8 minute range.
Okay.
These are excerpts from our show. They are unedited. We do not edit anything when we pull these clips like this.
Yeah.
We pull a clip. We pull from a certain point to a certain point, and then we'll thumbnail it and
Right.
we'll put it out. So these are 4 stories that we put out, and this was you were here.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Totally.
we talked about home grow, Second Amendments, and cannabis DUIs. This is
Right.
all legislation.
Yeah.
This is all legislation.
Right.
Okay. Then we talked about new bipartisan bill explained. Again, section from the show with them specifically speaking about, we're not trying to sell anything. We're not promoting anything.
No.
We're talking about legislation that a state is doing, which I would think is pretty important shit, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So if you pop that back up for one more second, the last 2 down there, homegrown Republicans and state stores versus private industry.
Right.
So these
Very
4
official.
stories got tagged with an age restriction. Now you would think, no big deal, right? Age restriction. We're talking about,
Not ideal.
it's
What-
not
what
like,
is that?
none of the content that we make is for 18, like under 18.
Right.
Let's be real.
Yeah, this
We're
is
not
for
making,
adults,
and
yeah.
every time we put something up, we say, is this for kids? No, it's not for kids. We fucking say that. So they already know it's not for kids.
Yeah.
The problem is that when they put the 18 and older restriction on a video, that's a death sentence for that video. Because that video will not get distributed. It doesn't get picked up with the algorithm. They destroy it.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Now, what I'm going to do now is ask the control room. There is a news story on there. I don't know which number it is. Just take a look at it. It is from a CBS affiliate doing a story about Pennsylvania, about the same thing. That's not it. That's not it. I'm looking at preview over here. That's not the one. Nope, not the one. Nope, not the one. Nope, that's not it. It's the one. It's the. I'll tell you what the file name is.
So I could say this. YouTube has my man fired up,
Yes, it
and
does.
they better watch the hell out.
Because it's there's points to be made here. There's points.
What do you say? Say it again.
I don't have any other videos.
All right, then I'm gonna have you. I'm gonna have you pull up my screen if you could. No, you can't do that.
But yeah, so like everything on YouTube is run through algorithm now, right? I can't imagine how many people on there are actual real people looking at this. You know, it's so how do you? It's got to be hard. How do you argue with a computer? You know.
You know, like I think they're lost in the past and they're playing to the public, and they won't change until they are forced to.
Until they
which
get
is
feel pain,
coming
you
very
know?
soon.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
You know,
Everybody's paying a lot more attention to AI for sure.
Control room, I just sent you an email with a link. If you can pull that link up and just throw that website in, it's a YouTube video. And the YouTube video, I'll set this up for you, and I'll tell you guys while he's doing that, if he can do it. If he can't, he'll tell us he can't. But this video here is from CBS 21. CBS 21. It's an affiliate somewhere in Pennsylvania. I'm assuming it's out in the western side of the state, out in Pittsburgh or up in Erie or somewhere up in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I want to play this if we can. It's 1:38, and I want you. Say again. Okay. I want you, if we can play this, I want you to look at this and tell me what's different about what they're doing, and you were here, versus what we did.
I can't imagine. It was very, very straightforward, tame. Like it wasn't risque at all.
We were talking.
Maybe it was the photographs of all the weed.
The what?
I don't know. That's all over the place, though. Like how much
it's
B-roll
not
did
a
I
big deal
pull
anywhere.
of just pictures of buds? Like
The background on the photos.
But I pulled so much so much footage off of YouTube that's just footage of buds, just over and over and over again.
Yeah. So what's the problem?
What do you say?
YouTube is not loading.
All right, man. All right.
But it was the same, though. It was probably a straightforward news story. Just guy presenting, talking about legislation that's happening. And for they never give a reason for why they tag you, why they don't. It's just something on there. You have to guess what it is. And it makes you think, like, is there somebody behind there? Like, who's the guardian? Like, who gets to say what goes and what doesn't? Like, what are the rules?
Anything was going on, so there. It's this tricky place,
guys. So I'm trying to pull this up. Control room, see if you can pull up. I'm sending a signal in from my laptop, and I want to see if you can bring this video in.
But it's like taxes. Like, you got to be able to give some guidance. Like, tell me what I can do and what I can't do. Like, don't come to me and say you did something wrong.
Right. It has to
I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Yeah, let me see the guidelines and the rules.
Like, tell me what they are. You guys are the ones driving this car.
Right.
Tell me how it works,
All right, tell me if you're able to pull it or not.
No, the stream is not running right.
Okay, so we're going to skip that. Then what I'm going to do is one of those previous videos that I told you to skip over. But I guess you're going to have to take my word for it. Basically, it's a news story. Mm-hmm. They're talking about dispensaries versus state stores. What were we talking about? Dispensaries versus
state
They were
stores.
talking about social equity reform. They were talking about Second Amendment and DUI. This is the same shit we were talking about. But because they're a CBS affiliate, they get a fucking pass. Mm-hmm. That's bullshit.
Where does it come in? Like, what is it that's hitting that?
Well, I guess that's...
It's not that one, control room. It's one of there's 3 videos that I'm going to ask you. Basically, is the first one that we'll start with this one. All right, so actually, you know what? Put the one with the weird-looking guy on, because this guy's got a story. Yeah, this guy. So we're not going to play the whole video, but I'm going to play enough of it for you guys, and we can stop it during the video, but I'm going to play enough of it. Oh, you got that video? Come back to that. This is the, go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and play this. Pop it in. Go ahead, full screen.
Affiliate right here.
All right, that didn't work. Let's skip back. Let's go back to that video that we had with that guy queued up, that other dude. Yeah. All right, so this guy is a DOT tester. So he does for DOT examinations, you have to do
Oh, like Department of Transportation.
right.
Oh,
So to drive an
okay.
airplane or to drive a big truck, you have to have certifications. You need to go in and
Right.
get DOT tested. This is what he does. He's a doctor, but he's a business, and a business should be able to create content around what they do. Do you not say?
Absolutely.
All right. So let's go ahead, put him up full screen. Let's let him play. We'll pause it when we need to.
Hey everyone, Dr. Nussi from EasyDOTphysicals.com back again with another video. This one a little bit different. I'm going to be talking today specifically about YouTube and its policies surrounding and as it pertains to marijuana-related content and the monetization policies and the stuff that's been driving me crazy trying to make these videos. I would really love to hear if anybody out there also makes content, again, surrounding marijuana or about marijuana, informational videos. Let me know if you are having some of these same struggles, because I'm just going to kind of air it out to the best that I can. I've made some notes here about the problems and what I've seen work and what hasn't worked and how to become monetized and how to not, and how to become demonetized, because I definitely can tell you how to do that as well. Again, you might not be interested in this type of video if you're a regular viewer. This more goes out to other content creators. But if you are a viewer and you are concerned about passing an upcoming drug test, I will say this, like I say it in every video, the best thing you can do is home drug test. It is easy to do that. It is very cheap. Home drug test consistently leading up to a official drug test, and make sure you're using a drug test that has the same cutoff level. I'll leave my preferred home drug test that you can get from Amazon in the description box below. And also to learn all the things that you should be doing before a drug test to give yourself the best chance of passing that drug test, please visit exploroacademy.com. They have a 100% pass your upcoming test.
The next part
or
is the part I
money
want you
back
guys to hear.
Guarantee.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
So let's go through
This
what
part.
I found.
This is where it should have started. But yeah, go ahead and start it right here. He's talking about a few issues that he has. But let me say this before we even go further. The guy looks frustrated.
Yeah.
He's confused.
You can hear it.
Right?
Yeah.
Doesn't know what he can and can't do. And he's simply trying to promote his business and give good information to his clients, which
Yeah.
I think should be allowed.
It's obviously a professional. It's not some kid in his basement talking about drugs.
So let's hear what he has to say, because now he gets into the substance of some stuff that I want you guys to hear. Go ahead.
Making videos, again, related to marijuana on YouTube and their monetization policies. So I make videos, this is just me, that I'm sure are 100% compliant. There is an educational, recreational drugs component kind of check that you have to check when you upload a video to YouTube and you want to get it monetized. You want to be able to have
which I've done
ads
on our
run
stuff. It
on
doesn't
that
fucking
video,
do a
which
thing.
we all do. Again, it's not cheap or easy or not time consuming to make these type of videos. This one will be, because I won't be doing a lot of editing or graphics. But it takes some work, it takes some time, it takes some effort, so we want to be monetized, or else what's really the point? You know, I'd like to get that information out there, but I like to be able to make a little bit of money to keep this channel going as well. So what I make is educational videos. I'm
Fair
not
enough,
making
right?
videos
Absolutely.
that show you how to sell drugs or show people using drugs or anything like that. So I'm 100% certain that I comply with the educational recreational drug component, which should allow videos to run on, or ads to run on all of my videos.
Pause.
So even then, even though I
Because YouTube monetizes it, so he should monetize
So-
it.
So what he's saying is he's following all the rules,
Yep.
and the people who have the rules are not playing by the rules.
They get to monetize off the video, but you don't get to monetize.
Yeah,
the
and
video,
I'll be
know?
honest with you
Like,
guys. I'll show you a video that we did, that you did, that's got over 500,000 views, 500,000 views on it. And that video, they won't allow. It started off to be monetized.
Yeah, and
I
then-
think we made $90 off that video, like in the first few days when it got monetized.
Right.
And then as soon as they realized what was going on, they shut it down.
Once it start getting traffic
Yeah.
to it, so
And-
somebody intervened.
Yeah, I mean, somebody intervened, because that's not something they want. That's not what they want to go out. Now, you were doing an educational story.
Yeah.
You're sitting on a news set.
Yeah.
You were not selling any products.
No.
You were not promoting any products. You were not instructing anyone on how to use products.
I was not.
You were not asking anyone to even try this fucking product.
I haven't even tried this product.
Right. It was informational. Just like he's saying, it was informational.
Absolutely. We covered sources. We
so
covered.
there's bias. There's obvious bias.
Yeah.
And there's nothing we can do about it. He's frustrated. We're frustrated. What can we do about it?
Well, we're going to talk about that. Let's play that video a little bit more, and then we'll get to the next one.
Check that it's educational, drug-related when they are marijuana-related videos or other drug-related, especially testing videos. That's what I do. Even though I check that box, every time, almost every time that I go to upload, I get dreaded, and you know this if you upload videos, you get that circle with an exclamation point, and it says that we've identified an issue why your video cannot be monetized, and I've then have to go back and take certain things out or change titles and things like that. And this, from my experience, is what I've found, and I would love to hear anyone else out there that makes similar type of videos to mine, what you do. Maybe we get a little dialogue going and figure out the best ways to keep these videos
Go ahead,
monetized.
pause this for a second. Well, I'll tell them there's anybody else out there. We're out there, and we have the same exact problem as you, Mr. Fine Doctor. I forget your name, and I apologize for that. But we have the exact same problem you have. And so we check those boxes when we put out educational information. Matter of fact, our entire series that we did over on the news called Strains of Yesterday, our most popular series on Cough Country News, is completely demonetized. And there's nothing in there other than us talking about strains from yesterday.
And there's nothing on there you can't find somewhere else on YouTube.
That's correct.
Like,
This is crazy.
Yeah, so all of that is covered in, piecemeal, little bits here, little bits here. You can do all that research on YouTube. You can find it all.
So maybe they don't like you, Steve.
That's probably what it is. They don't like this face right here. I got a mug.
But if I say,
did you bang the YouTube guy's daughter?
I mean, I didn't know. I don't know who she is. I don't know who she is.
Steve's banging the YouTube algorithm. He's banging the entire algorithm.
Me and Mary Jane.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, I'm appalled by this, and here's what I'm appalled by the most. They'll tell you that your shit's demonetized, but you know what they'll keep doing? They'll run fucking paid advertisements on your work regardless.
They'll monetize it, but not you.
And I'm telling you, man, I have a big-ass problem with that. Because if it's not good enough to pay the creator, then don't run your fucking ads.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, you're fuck you, YouTube. I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Go over to Rumble right now. We're live on Rumble. Subscribe over there and just watch us over there. If you want to watch the shorts, Rumble doesn't have shorts. You want to watch the shorts? Go to X and watch. Every one of our shorts that we put out on all the different channels are there. You don't need YouTube. I mean, we're going to use YouTube just like they fucking use us to get introduced to other people. But I will sit here and encourage each and every one of you guys, please, if cannabis content is of any importance to you whatsoever, go to a freedom platform and watch it there. Rumble or X. Because what these guys are doing, shame on YouTube. They're foul, man.
Yeah.
And you know what? We'll continue the fight. I hope you guys watch this. I'm going to ask for an appeal even if you don't put an age restriction on this video, just so somebody who's a human being has to fucking look at it. I'm sick of it, dude.
Well, they're going to have to be forced into it at some point. They're going to have to be down with it.
I don't even want to be mad. This show is about us hanging out, having fun, talking about stuff. But this one's, I mean, I'm pissed off. I wanted to show you this thing here that we did, that this other news station did, because it's no different than what we did.
Right.
Matter of fact, if you want to get right to it, ours is better. We had the authors of the bill here.
Yeah,
they were here to explain why they did what they did. It wasn't just an informational piece, which it was. It was an in-depth informational piece that gave you reasons from the people who wrote it as to why.
That was reporting. That was political,
All right, I'm going to skip over this guy, and if you can go to the next video, and I'll finish making my point, and then we'll move on, because this fucking makes me sick. Fuck. I'm so sick of YouTube.
Phil needs a strain of the day. That's what
Man,
Phil
shit, we
needs.
got to smoke some weed or something.
Yeah.
My man needs
Take
it.
the edge
Nah,
off.
I mean, listen, I had a beef tonight. It's not what I do on the show, but someone's got to say this, man. Why should people who use cannabis, who wants to know, it's legal in all these different states. It's medicine. We've got to that point. Can we all agree that it's medicine? Why can't we talk about it? I can come in here and say fuck, and we talk about chicks, and we talk about all this shit, who's smashing who, and all this shit. None of that's okay for kids.
Right,
That's okay.
right.
But a legitimate interview with legitimate politicians who wrote legitimate bills, that's too much.
Right.
Archaic.
That's too much. Nah, screw you, YouTube. Play this video. I'll see if I can shut up during it.
You do have a bunch of content that isn't always that friendly on social media platforms. How do you balance the 420 aspects and the cooking aspect? Because I know, a lot of people.
She's just trying to cook some fucking food with weed. That's all she's doing.
Work with.
Listen
might
how they
want you
run
to
this
link to
bitch in
sites
circles.
That, end up getting your sort of content flagged or that sort of thing. So, is there anything that you do specifically to help manage that aspect of it?
Yeah, it was a lot of trial and error for me to learn the rules of the algorithms and the content guidelines on each platform. I've learned that on TikTok, I have to kind of create some code words so that it's not as obvious to the TikTok
Code
bots what I'm referring to.
I'm not doing
I know
that.
that I can't show any cannabis products. I can't show
Not doing
flower.
that either.
I can't show myself smoking. And I don't think I've ever shown myself putting an edible into my mouth, but I know that's probably something that I wouldn't do because I have no idea how TikTok would respond to that. But people have noticed that over the last 3 years in my content that I've had to kind of be a bit more sneaky. But I have a big enough audience and I use enough code words that people understand so that they know what they're getting into when they're following my content. People get it. And then on Instagram, they really care about making sure that you're not trying to sell anything. So whenever I tag a cannabis brand, for example, I just make sure that any other words that I'm using in an Instagram story or in a post doesn't seem like I'm trying to sell something. Or I sometimes a trick that I do is that when you're uploading an Instagram story or even putting captions on a video, Instagram's kind of bots, I guess, that go through each piece of content to flag it or not, will recognize any words that you're typing into an Instagram story or a caption. So what I will do is I will save an image or a video that has the text that I add to it, and then I will re-upload it so that Instagram can't really see the text that I'm adding. So that's just a fun little workaround that I've discovered that kind
Do
of
you
helps.
understand what she's talking about?
I don't.
But yeah,
I don't know what that
with
is.
cannabis, I just have to be as
I hate to be on a date with this chick.
Listen, if you don't want to be on a date with this one, the next one, put in preview that Veronica looking bitch. It's probably not a nice way to say it, but
But she does have a good point. It's kind of like going to the old school head shops where you couldn't mention anything about weed or
Right, it
anything
all had to
illegal.
be
But they
code.
got everything in there: papers,
I'm not doing
pipes,
that.
ball.
I'm not doing
You know,
it.
come on,
can't do it.
aren't we past that?
We've already done it. We're not going to stop. I'm not going to be a sellout. And again, I don't want their money, but stop advertising with our fucking content, okay?
That's a big thing. Yeah,
That's what I'm sick of.
That's huge. That's
You don't want to pay me? Don't pay me, but don't rob me.
Right.
All right.
that's nuts.
Now listen, you guys will not be able to take a whole lot of this one. I'm going to tell you.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to end it with this one because as angry as I may be, we're going to probably laugh our way through this one.
Okay.
Now she's talking about what we're talking about. Man, I don't know where they found this one at.
I don't know what's coming right now. I don't know who this person is.
All right. Bless us with this one. Bless us with this one.
I can already feel my back starting to ache thinking about talking about YouTube policies, but we must. All right, guys? Hey y'all, what's up? It's Short and Stone here, but if you're new, you can call me Kelly. I'm a cannabis advocate, medical patient, and solventless foods entrepreneur. And on today's episode, I'm going to be sharing the 411 on how to avoid age restriction here on YouTube for canna creators. Let's get into it. Okay, alright, if you're still watching, that's probably because you're a creator and you make cannabis content. Hey! It's rough out here, right?
Oh,
it's daunting, right? To work that hard on a video and then email, flagged, hey, age restricted. Ugh, valid. I feel your frustration. Let's work through it together positively, okay? Today, I'm going to be breaking down how to create cannabis-friendly content
so
on YouTube that will
creatory, you
avoid
know?
being age restricted.
Okay.
Because it's fake.
Holy Jesus.
It's like nails on a
Now, where did they
chalkboard.
find this chick, man? She looked like a midget wrestler.
Well, I don't think you're allowed to say midget anymore. She's a little person.
Okay.
But
The height challenge.
wrestler's okay.
What can you say? Midget wrestling?
I think wrestler's okay. Maybe little person wrestler, you know.
Okay.
I don't know what's appropriate, but she's overly animated, and if you think you've seen a lot, there's more. Go ahead and watch this.
It's educational, and most importantly, viewable. Let's talk visibility and not violations. Let me just rearrange. I can already feel my back starting to ache thinking about talking about YouTube policies, but we must. All right, guys? All right? Although
She is
this
entertaining.
plant is growing in use and legality, YouTube doesn't allow cannabis content. But there are a few rules that actually allow it. Through a little guideline tweaking, you know? So let's get into this. Did you know that there are guidelines in black and white, in text? When you sign up and you can access them online, they plainly as day say, and I quote, prohibit promoting the sale of cannabis and linking to purchase sites. Yeah. So if you're obviously a canna creator and you're an influencer and you're promoting a brand, you gotta watch your wordage, you gotta watch your verbiage, your usage, because technically you can't just be promoting cannabis products to people, and you can't be linking direct sites either. But I'm not sure if you've noticed the little loophole we've been doing over here on my channel. We don't link it in the description. No. We send everybody to the pinned comments. You can do that. Hey, loophole. That's right. I'm here to help you out, homies. So if you got a product
You
you're
know,
linking,
that
you're
should
sharing,
be
don't
over
put it
with
in the
in a minute.
description.
All right,
put it in
so-
the comments and pin it.
so
All right,
pause there.
2.
That's a lot to take in.
It is, and we stopped it there. There's more, but this is we joke around and we're making fun of people and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's all the same. Everyone has the same issue. It's reoccurring. It's the same thing happening to all these different people.
Yeah.
So what do you do about it? Well, I mean, listen. What do you do about it? Like, the people who watch us, we can encourage them to watch us on a freedom platform.
Yeah.
Stop putting the eyeballs on platforms that are doing this to people who are trying to create content in our industry. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah, the people have to change. Like,
People have
they
to
won't
stand
change
up
it
and,
until
until
demanded.
someone puts their foot down. But the only people willing to put their foot down are the people making this content.
Yeah.
And it's not a big enough genre, and it's not a big enough thing to actually make a difference.
Right.
So listen, I'm sure that my rant here tonight is not going to make a difference, and I don't give a damn. It makes a difference to me. I feel better, and I'm going to keep talking about it because this is wrong.
The more people.
The more people who watch
speak.
us, the more people who watch us, and the more people,
Where is YouTube located? Where's their headquarters?
Yeah.
Maybe
I
we
want to
march
talk to
down there.
YouTube.
Where the hell are they at?
Yeah, rolling up.
Let's go right down there with some fatties and fucking ring the doorbell.
You the YouTube guy? Step outside.
Come on. Shit, everybody want to come see you anyway. You know what? Do an event for Mr. Steve.
Yeah, there we go.
We'll have
And then
everybody
YouTube
there.
can't come. Do a big event. It'll be really cool, and then be like, I'm sorry,
anybody but you.
you're age restricted. You can't come in
I
here.
mean, people put it in the chat. What do you guys think about it? This is not.
What can you do? Yeah.
This is not right. What are you willing to do to try to help things out? And what I'm willing to do to help things out is continually talk about it and point out the hypocrisy that we're dealing with. And whether it's federally illegal or not, it's legal in what, 26 states?
20, yeah, like that's I think that's
27
recreational, too.
states?
Yeah.
It's
And
a
then
new day.
medical in pretty much almost all of them.
So let's withhold information. Let's get to the point where we just figure out that this thing that's on our walls, this propaganda, is actually not true, and let's just pretend that it's not medicine, and let's pretend that people don't need information. When I can turn on any game at any point in time and watch a bunch of fat fucking people dancing around singing about Ozempic.
Yeah.
Why is that okay?
Yeah.
Why is that okay?
Yeah. Why can you
It
advertise
keeps
narcotics?
coming back to that commercial.
I hate that fucking commercial, bro.
Right.
I hate that commercial, man.
Sound like you had a bad experience with a big chick.
Listen, I don't want to see any of these stupid ass commercials. Listen, network television wouldn't even exist if they put a ban. We're the only country in the world that allows pharmaceutical companies to dominate the advertising airwaves.
This is true.
But we're the same country who won't let people freely talk about cannabis. But we can come here and talk about thirsty 304s. We can talk about girls, the way they look. We can curse. We can do all these other things that nobody has an issue with. But if we just have a legitimate interview and conversation with some legislative, some House of Representative members, that seems to be over the top and too much.
That's too much.
Yeah, there's a lot of provocative things on YouTube. You see some of these young ladies with barely nothing on, and
But
that's okay.
Yep.
And you bring up a good point, like this pharmaceutical thing, because like we're saying, cannabis is medicine. Pharmaceutical industry does not like cannabis. How much are they like? Because the pharmaceutical lobby is crazy in government.
Yeah.
I wonder how much pharmaceuticals say like, no, you can't advertise cannabis. You can advertise Ozempic, but no, you can't advertise cannabis.
And I'm sick of the moral high ground that these fucking social media companies take. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, it's just all for show.
Do I need, what Mark Zuckerberg, do I need him to fucking make the determination on what's okay for me to see? He's a fucking moron.
He's not involved in that.
But
That's
he's one
not
of the powers
what
that
you
he's
do.
one of those billionaires.
So he
He's in that
controls
group.
Facebook and Instagram, so they're locked down.
Yeah.
And you can't speak freely on these platforms.
Right.
And they've already admitted to being allowing the government to come and tell them what to take down and what not.
Yep.
Like, shame on you, Mark Zuckerberg.
Yep.
And the second he sees Trump coming, he goes and he
Whatever
starts
you
saying,
want, buddy.
"Hey man, sorry, this
Whatever
is
you
what we
want."
did. Here's all the information." Screw you, bro. Screw you.
Just gives the whole thing over. No, you can't. No.
He's a jackass. And Google, these people, like they want to impose their moral high ground on everybody else. We're not talking about screaming fire in a theater.
We're the ones who pay them.
We're not encouraging violence. We're not encouraging anything illegal. We're not doing anything illegal. We're just talking about some medicine that the world has been programmed to hate for the last fucking 80 years?
Yeah, just about.
I see a major weed session coming.
Man,
Major.
I am.
You know what? I'm going to
Fuck
look some
you
shit
too.
up.
Fuck you too.
I'm going to find the right fucking blend and strain for us to smoke right after the show.
Fired up.
Well, we're going to do strain of the night, and we're going to double dip down on the lemon jelly since we don't have a new strain. So
That's what's up.
yeah, I'm not even playing. We need it.
Yeah, man.
And we'll do that on Rumble, the Freedom platform.
Yeah.
And we will not do it on YouTube. So if you guys want to sesh with us, then it's not going to happen on YouTube. Matter of fact, we haven't even smoked tonight. We're too upset.
That's right. We forgot.
We forgot to smoke. We're too upset. Do you guys want to hear any more her or no?
I get the point.
Yeah.
I get the
Yeah.
point.
All right.
The visual's a little much for me.
Yeah,
All right,
she's
so let's
so
keep-
like.
All right, control room. Let's cue up a commercial. We're going to do a commercial. When we come back from a commercial, we are going to we're going to let Steve with the news.
I can't find a commercial.
You can't find a commercial? Then we will not do a commercial tonight. How's that?
We're here with you. We're here with you guys.
Sorry,
Yeah.
We don't want a break from you.
sorry to high rollers for no ad
So
tonight.
Memorial Day just passed, right? Not
Yeah.
too long ago. How was that for you?
How was it?
Yeah.
It was good.
Good.
It wasn't long enough.
Yeah, yeah. I bet.
How was yours,
I bet.
Steve?
I was all right. I worked through it.
It wasn't
Yeah,
very
I worked.
warm,
I
I'll
worked
tell you
it
that.
hard.
It wasn't a warm weekend here.
I like that, man. That was good for
It
me.
was- yeah, I like it
That was
too.
good for me.
Yeah, there was a lot of rain around this time out here.
It was rain and cool and
Did you go out on your boat?
no,
No. Oh.
no. I went out on someone else's boat.
Oh, there you go. That's even better. That's gonna be better, right?
There you go.
Right on, right on.
Yep. Can you give me a ride to Italy?
Yeah.
Chugga, chugga, chugga,
Let me sign up to do that right away.
That's what's up, my man.
All right. So we don't have a commercial. So you know what? If we don't have a commercial, if you guys, control room, if you could put the Cough Country News logo in the big screen, I'm going to push the button that I told you I would have next time, and I have it now. So here we go.
From the Cough Country News Desk, it's Steve with your cannabis news.
Bam, bam. I need to put a background tune on it, don't I?
We had the
So
entry
I'll do
music,
the
yeah.
background tune on it for next time, and then he'll talk over it because we need to tie that sound to the sound.
Right. Yeah, it goes together. It's like peanut butter and jelly.
It goes
you know?
together. All right, so I'm gonna get unbent. Okay.
Let's take a moment.
Okay.
And Steve is going to tell us what is happening in the world of cannabis.
The world of cannabis. It's always moving. It's always turning.
It's always doing something.
Like the real world. Well, I was going to start off in Glasgow.
Glasgow is in the UK.
In the UK, Scotland.
Did you know
Pretty
that?
far, pretty
Hey,
far.
Did you know that, Todd Father?
Man, shit, we don't get many places. Once they shipped us over here, shit, we kind of stayed.
He did one of them, you know?
That's hilarious. All right.
But this actually kind of blew my mind a little bit. So this is kind of it's off the rip. It's kind of a usual story. So this this woman Shauna Eburn, right? This chick Shauna Eburn. Oh, and
We have video for this?
we do. We got a little. So it's like a little news video.
What's it called? Do you know what it's called? It's you had it up.
It was up there a minute ago.
Show me preview. I'll tell you which one it is. I can see preview over here.
It was the something in the drastic increase in cannabis seizures at British airports. I think it's titled.
Yeah, the first frame looks like it's like an airport type of shot.
Yeah. But so yeah, you'll see.
This
in a
is it
second.
right here, Steve.
Right here, you got it.
All right, go ahead.
She thought she'd got
should we play
away with
this?
it, but her
Yeah, you can turn the
celebration
volume
drink was
down, but-
short-lived.
So this is
Hang on a second.
yeah. So essentially,
So just you don't need sound on
No,
this.
no, that's
all right.
just,
Just pull the sound on this one, and then just rewind it, and then you can just
they could just play.
yeah, you can just let it loop.
So so this woman Shauna Eburn, right? She's like 54. She flies into Scotland. She flies into Glasgow.
Mm-hmm.
She's got about $120,000 of weed in her bag. It's about 50 pounds, right? There's been more. It's not crazy. Stupid. Why would you do this? What this woman does, this is where this gets squirrely. This woman lands in the airport. She flies in from Toronto. Cannabis is legal in Toronto. And she lands in Glasgow, and she leaves the suitcase in the airport. She forgets the suitcase in the airport. She gets a taxi, and she goes into
It's
Glasgow.
got her name on it, right?
You stupid.
Phil, Todd,
How would you forget the 50 pounds that you brought?
Dumb bitch.
when you do that, what's the last thing you would do? What, as human beings, what's the last thing you would do if you left $120,000 of illegal cannabis in an airport? What is the last thing you would do?
I'm going to have to go get that bag.
She went
no.
and got it. You and her would both be arrested right now.
Exactly.
She went and got the bag. Who does this?
Yeah,
Stupid.
It's an unattended bag, so it's inspected.
So the cops said
They already knew what was in it when she came back.
Oh yeah, they opened it up. They found like 50 pounds of weed in the bag, and then they watch her on the camera march right up to security, and she reports it lost.
Well, from when they showed the video from her when they were walking out when she's in handcuffs.
Yeah.
It looked like she should put a couple pounds on that ass. I don't see nothing there.
Well, it's not in her damn head.
Shit.
You reported it lost?
There's the weed. So there's the weed right there.
What is wrong
Sloppy.
with you?
It's not even well put together in there.
Man.
Come on, man. What is it? You reported
rookie.
it lost.
God,
I don't know.
We got rookies out here now.
It just blew my
So
mind.
what happened to her?
She got arrested. She's waiting trial in Scotland right now.
They're gonna get her for trafficking.
You
and
know
shit.
they're gonna get her. Absolutely, trafficking. Just intent to
She's
distribute.
not going to be good.
I don't think they do belly shirts in that jail, do they?
Oh, she'll make it work. Don't worry.
Those in the Georgia jails, they let the girls wear belly shirts. We found that out.
Like tie it up and like.
No, I mean she was wearing she was going into her court date wearing a belly shirt. She was the one who went missing in Thailand, showed up pregnant in Georgia.
Yeah. Oh damn.
Oh yeah, I remember that
Right,
one.
and then she had a belly shirt on, and you're like, "Hey, they know more about it than we do." That's what you said.
Yeah.
All right, hey everybody, they got trailers everywhere.
So what I'm saying is, I don't think the UK fucks with it. They don't do the belly shirt thing.
Yeah, well, you don't want to get caught, especially in another country.
That's always scared me, like getting caught.
I don't think you want to get caught anywhere, but
anywhere.
Yeah.
Ugh, it creeps me out.
Man, it might be a good idea for you guys not to travel internationally with 30 pounds?
Oh, 50 pounds.
50 pounds.
50 pounds. Shit,
50
I got it wrong, man. Well, let's give her this.
Yeah, that bitch took a L.
She gonna be in Scotland for a little while. Yeah, she's gonna be there.
All right.
But kind of staying over in the UK.
Ain't nobody going to miss that flat ass.
Yeah, Tom says that now.
Under age restriction, he just talked about her ass.
I'm sorry.
Although next week Todd's going to be like, "You remember her ass? I want to talk about that ass a little bit." Hold on.
Hey,
hold on.
you talk about that ass as much as you want.
Man, listen.
Don't let YouTube tell you no.
Yeah, we're not going to be told what to talk about, bro.
That's right, man.
Period.
But we don't need to talk about that one.
All right.
But, Yup. I'm gonna be able to eventually recreate that exactly.
You got that down, baby.
Elsewhere in the UK, things are kind of happening in the UK. It's kind of bumping. Mayor Sadiq Khan. So I got a couple pictures of Mayor Sadiq Khan.
Yeah.
He's the mayor of London. He's throwing his weight behind this report that just came out that said people shouldn't be arrested for cannabis possession. Everybody says that, but everybody's kind of freaking out. It's a kind of a big move. So Europe is kind of like everybody's talking about are we about to decriminalize or not?
And we got like 3 pictures of control room of this guy.
Yeah, just kind of whatever. This is the guy, just so you see who he is.
Just see what he looks like if you want to put it up real quick.
But it's just the cool things happening over in London.
What do you think?
That the tide's kind of changing over there, man. Like I was surprised that when you went to Italy, you were able to even to pick up a pen that easy. I thought that's really cool.
Yeah, because I didn't think I just happened to run into it. I'm walking, on my way to, maybe one of those beautiful shops there
to see the
or
Pope,
something to eat,
or to
something
see the
to
Pope.
drink. Yeah, so went to the St. Peter's Square. We waved at the Vatican and we didn't go in, but that was an interesting sight out there. I seen so it looked like.
Did you see the green smoke?
No, so that was like a couple weeks before we got there. Yeah.
Because we were talking about green smoke here, and then you went over there.
Yeah.
You imagine if you were over there then?
Oh, that'd have been crazy. That'd have been too much.
You'd have had to done some lives back here for
that'd
sure.
have been too
But
much,
you were groupies over there. You had to fight through groupies and stuff over there for all that going on.
I want to get that Pope mobile though. That joint kind of fly.
And were you well recognized in Italy?
Well, I try to be on the DL out there. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So the Mayor Khan, what's his problem with weed?
No, he actually is supporting it. He's like the first big politician in the UK to say, "Hey, we need to decriminalize."
After he's ruined
after
he's ruined London, I would say this would probably be a good way to make amends.
Is London all messed up? I don't even know.
Well, he's the new mayor, right?
London's messed up.
So maybe he's there to fix it.
Oh, I didn't even know.
London-
I haven't
listen.
been to London. How was London?
Listen, London's a cool place, okay?
Yeah.
And I spent some time there, and I'm very comfortable there. Like
really?
I know it. I know how to get around. I was there for like 5 months, so
Okay.
I'm familiar with it. But I saw stuff going on a long time ago that led me to believe that trouble was a coming.
Yeah, really.
And that trouble did come. And it's now London's the stabbing capital of the world, unfortunately.
Is it really
Yeah.
London?
Yeah, you get robbed. They rob you. They stab.
For real?
They don't have
Man,
guns.
they stopped stabbing, backhand in like in the 80s, like the
That's 'cause-
70s.
that's 'cause
Back
we
in the
got
day, wasn't no
guns.
shooting. You get shanked up this joint.
Yeah, it's because we got guns. If you
Yeah.
give someone a choice, they prefer a gun than the fucking a nut.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, there's no hand to hand anymore. you know.
Right. So yeah, listen. London's not
I didn't
not
know
the
that.
place it used to be.
Oh my God!
In
man.
my opinion.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean, a lot of cities are changing and all that, but yeah, stop arresting people for possession. You can get like 5 years with possession right now.
In London.
I'm thinking
Wow.
the UK. Yeah.
So that's a good. He's trying to get the movement going, and it's inefficient. We
But
know
mayors
it here.
mayors don't make laws.
They don't.
Well,
they
you
don't.
know, but at least
So-
he's speaking on it and trying to,
That's
you got to
right.
start
Bringing
somewhere.
attention. That's right.
Yeah.
So it started the conversation. So at least that.
Yeah. Okay. Right on, Mr. Mayor.
Oh my.
Ooh, I like that
So
one.
can we take it that the mayor smokes a little weed?
I think you see those pictures. The man's walking through fields of
He-
weed. I
he
think
is
he's
walking through
okay.
some trees.
He looks
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yep.
He damn sure does.
Go Sadiq, man.
Is that his name, Sadiq Khan?
Sadiq Khan.
Mayor Sadiq Khan.
Right, he looks comfortable in those pictures right there.
He
You've
sure
done
does.
you've done bad things for London, but
Here we are.
thank you for speaking out positively for your citizens as it relates to cannabis.
So we got something.
Computer's not connected.
What do you say?
What's that?
Steve's computer is not connected.
Steve's computer's not. You need your computer connected?
No.
No, we don't need it connected. We're good.
So maybe
Those photos, they're in there. I uploaded them. No.
They're not important. Yeah, those ones aren't important.
All right.
maybe you'll send us to London and we can meet the mayor.
Maybe if you get here a little earlier and help me, I would have remembered to put them in.
Oh, we still have time.
No, we don't have time. All right, so thank you, Mayor Khan.
Appreciate it, Mayor Khan.
There you go.
Elsewhere, I was checking out. There's this video game that's everybody's like super super pumped about on Steam, which is like this video game platform. It's kind of kind of about weed, kind of not. But do you have the? I think you have got the trailer. I want you to watch this. Tell
Do
me
you
if
have
play
you have this video control room? It's a game trailer.
Yeah, I think it
Oh.
looks really cool. Actually, you got to check this out. It's called Schedule 1. All right.
You don't have that one either?
I can look it up real quick, though. I know the game.
Yeah, look up Schedule 1
Yeah,
game
look
trailer,
in that folder.
and it's all right there.
It's 6/5/25 on the D drive under Late Night Green.
But you'll see it. This is
But you'll find Mayor Khan in there as well. Just drag and drop it in. It's getting hot as fuck in here.
so this is called Schedule 1, and it's kind of just like a nod to America's war on drugs. But I think this is actually a really popular game. This is one of the top selling games on Steam right now. And the tagline for it is, what is it? You're a small-time drug dealer rolling into a fresh town with no cash, no product, and no connections. Build your drug empire from the ground up in the grungy West Coast city of Ryland Point. Contend against intensifying law enforcement and a deadly cartel competition to expand your empire and reach the peak of the underworld. This is like a Breaking Bad in a video game form.
All right, here we go.
This is cool as hell.
Here we
Check
go.
this out. So you got to go into town. You're like, you got to start. You sell them pretty much anything on Schedule 1. They got meth, they got cannabis, they got everything else. You choose different guys. You got to set up deals. It's got like a South Park vibe to it.
You grow that.
You got to mix things. You're growing cannabis.
How
you're
much
growing
you want to
marijuana.
bet that there's a YouTube channel and this is on there and it's not age restricted?
Oh, I bet you. Oh,
How
yeah,
much you
that's a
wanna
good point. They're probably doing playthroughs of this. And they're selling like heroin and meth like on this too. You
Yo,
know?
I want to know.
that they got the
Honestly,
profit.
somebody look this video up if you could, and tell me in the description if you see a note where there's an age restriction in this video.
Is that it's going to say on the note here?
This is a YouTube video, right?
Yeah. You can just pull it up.
Yeah,
on
if
YouTube,
you
yeah.
open up the description, if there's an 18, open up one of ours, you'll see where the 18 restriction is, and then you'll know where to look. I'm curious. I really am curious on whether these guys have an age restriction on that video.
Let's see. So it's in the. Do you know where it is, Todd?
In the
I do not,
description.
so I'll see.
I know where it is.
Full
It's
quantity.
usually at the bottom of the description part, right at the bottom of that.
Schedule one. I don't see it. About Twitter? No, I don't. Yeah, you want to take a look at that?
Yeah, I do.
Take a
'Cause I
look
want
at
to
that.
make sure that I represent this properly.
Yeah. I don't see it.
Where is okay?
But it's like hardcore Breaking Bad vibes. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the video's pretty neat.
By the way, it would be right here under the description,
And you don't see it?
and there's nothing there. Now,
That's pretty
me
crazy.
showing that video, that's someone else's video,
yeah.
will get me their fucking restriction.
And that's just straight up promotion, like too. They're selling too. They're selling it.
Well, that game looks pretty cool.
I think that's
Yeah,
cool.
I think it's pretty cool.
I play that.
I would be a little bit horrified if my little kid was like playing this game and selling meth, but you know.
Yeah, but it's kind of like those cartoons they have on now. What's the one with the dog, Family Guy, and all of that?
Oh yeah.
So when my son was young, he used to watch the Family Guy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about like 12 years old or 10. I watched it one day. I'm like, oh my God, the dog was sniffing coke. The dog got a job being a cop. So they raided this house, where it was cocaine dealers. The dog sniffed it out in the suitcase.
Uh-huh.
You see his eyes go boing, boing, boing. They said, we got to bring these back. He said, I'll take the evidence.
All of that's okay.
Then the dog had a problem. I'm like, oh my God, my son it's crazy.
All of
watching
that,
a
all
Coke
of that's okay.
his
But
dog
don't
snowing.
dare talk about any type of cannabis legislation.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking nonsense.
Or mention DUI.
All right.
Or
Yeah, whatever. What else you got, Steve?
we got Seth Rogen. Yeah, he popped up in a interview with Howard Stern. And they're talking back and forth. You guys know Seth Rogen, big celebrity, producer, big cannabis guy, right?
Huge cannabis guy.
Yeah, he's got his lifestyle brand Houseplant or something like that, right?
I'm not familiar, but yeah.
It's supposed to be cool stuff. But he's like notorious for he smokes every day. He's a persistent, loyal smoker. And he was mentioning there was one time that he took a tea break, one time that forced sobriety upon this guy. And that's when he traveled internationally. Now, where do you think this guy went that made Seth Rogen put down his joint?
Somewhere in Asia.
Hmm? Where do you think, Todd? Did he go to Italy?
Yeah.
No, he didn't go to Italy.
No, I thought you said
Oh,
that.
no.
So I'm going to say
Stupid.
Russia.
Russia, that's a good guess.
That is a good guess.
He went to Singapore. Singapore is what made Seth Rogen, for the first time since 2012, this is the only time he's ever taken a break. Singapore. He said pretty much when you get off the plane, they straight up tell you they will kill you if they catch you with cannabis. So he's
I
like,
thought they only cut your hand off.
they don't cut you. We actually covered it in the news.
That's right, we did. They hang you.
They hung a dude for 3 pounds of marijuana.
Yeah.
They hung a dude.
You hear these stories. There's certain countries I'm not going to because of our our bad habits here.
Yeah, no.
Well,
no,
they
no,
should be the
wouldn't-
countries you don't go to because you might not be leaving. That's
Exactly,
the reason you
exactly.
should be
I'm going there
fucking-
and enjoy. I don't want to have that fear.
They're ready to throw you
know.
in jail over there, man.
There's a lot of places I won't go.
Yeah, you go some countries. You look at the woman wrong. You might be doing 8 years.
Man, I'd like to see Singapore, man, but like I wouldn't fuck around over there.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
gotta be
I'm
careful.
cool.
Yeah, that dude who got hung, he didn't even have the cannabis on him. They tracked his phone and he set up the deal, and they still hung him.
And frankly, if you wanted
Isn't that
to
wild?
listen, you and I travel, man. They're gonna look at this show. They're gonna fucking shake us down extra hard.
AI's gonna flag you.
Man,
We're gonna get flagged, bro.
listen, I'm gonna put the wig on. Bruh. You know what I mean? Put the pumps on. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
My man.
I'm gonna put some apple bottom jeans on and a fishnet.
I I bet Todd would fill that out, though. I bet you fill that out.
A short tank top with fishnet.
Shit. All right. What else you got, brother?
Well, actually, you know what? I want to see what you guys think of this because Seth Rogen brought up another point. He was talking about how like legal markets came about, but you still were like not too long ago buying from your guy.
Right.
He was talking about like he felt he still buys off his guy every now and then.
I saw this video. Did we play that on here? Because I almost think.
Did you?
I almost think
I'm
that we
not
played
sure.
this video.
I don't remember that.
I remember having a video with Stern and Rogan on it, and he was talking about his guy.
Oh, this wasn't Rogan. This was it was Rogan. Seth Rogan. I'm thinking Joe Rogan right now.
Seth Rogan. Yeah.
Well, that's a shame. Like so the local guys, their business is is cut down.
Right, he felt bad.
It
He was
definitely
like-
affect on a. But you know what? The prices come down too, so they're still getting theirs in.
But do
Right.
you still like? I have a car, but I still go to my guy. Do you still like if you were in if you had
you
a
got
medical
to shop
license?
local. You know what I'm saying? You got to shop local.
I don't
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I like that though. He still supports his guy though. I feel like that's good.
Yeah. Well, that is good.
You know, Throws him a
Because
bone.
that's the same guy that made sure he had weed when he couldn't get it anywhere else, and
Right.
the guy's
That's
a
what he
little bit
said,
loyal,
yeah.
basically.
right.
right. Just keep your people afloat, man. I like that. I support
You
that.
saying using them? Yeah. That's what you saying?
Right.
Nope.
But another story we were seeing: Justin Bieber was spotted sporting Philadelphia glass. I got super excited. He
Shout out to our boys at Illadelph.
yeah, man. We got the what is this?
The Beepster.
But
I
thought
I was just texting with Luca before the show.
Yeah,
and this is nothing new. He's been promoting and sporting their glass for a while.
I had no idea.
And Luca said that they hope that there's even further collaboration in the future.
That's great. I love
That's
that.
great. Local brand, great brand. He's been out there he's been out there for 20-something years. Illadelph.
Oh,
more,
Illadelph.
More than that, yeah.
More.
So he's been
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
He's well-renowned, very
glad to
high
see
end.
Hey,
Local
we need
boy
to get
make it
our
good, man.
hey
Yeah.
within the next week or two. We should probably get our piece back out again.
Yeah, it's time to break that. We were fortunate enough, the owner of the show was on. We were fortunate enough to interview him.
Yeah,
Brought us a couple gifts, and great products.
yeah, it's
Right.
great. It's a high quality piece of glass.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I remember meeting those guys when we were at the convention.
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, they were real cool.
Yep.
They were all up on what was going on too.
absolutely.
Yeah, why don't we pack that glass up, and fly out and see the Beepster? Like, yo, man,
And do some bong hits with him.
do some bong
rips.
heads, baby.
Listen, I'll do bong rips with him.
You know what I'm saying? His
I don't know
wife
the, I don't
acting
know the
up.
guy, but
I'm trying to run into Haley.
Well, you're going
though.
to teach him how not to be a simp, right?
I'm trying to run into Haley. And
Hey,
shit.
yeah.
Y'all keep the Beepster, you know what I mean? Keep Bieber, you know what I mean?
This guy
Occupied.
this guy wants to tap his girl. Damn.
well, apparently the Instagram thing was they might be in a fight. We don't
Yeah,
know.
man, they're not doing well right now. They said, he's tripping a little bit right now, allegedly. And I want to see how she doing.
Does she need support?
It's a difficult time right now.
Is she okay? Nobody's asking if she's okay, right?
What about her?
What's up? We're asking, Haley. We're asking.
You know what I'm saying?
You know?
You are fake news.
All right. Or this one.
Spit on that thing.
There you go. I like that.
There we go. All right. So
Where's she at?
She
Made her money. She got out.
She didn't make her
Yeah.
money. She
That bitch is 5 minutes of fame, not 15.
Yeah, she trying to stay out of jail, man.
Yeah.
They defrauded a lot of people, man. With
Can't
this,
trust
with
them
their
hoes.
crypto, with their.
Oh
crypto.
wait, I forgot about the hot
Can't
tool
trust
crypto.
them
That's
hoes.
ridiculous.
Spit on that thing.
So she talks about spitting on a dick,
Yeah.
and she ended up with a meme coin.
Any
And
bitch
now
that
she's-
spits on dick ain't no good.
Now we just said spit on dick.
Got standards, man.
We also talked about statues having small penises tonight,
We did.
and it's probably gonna that won't get us an age restriction.
No.
I'm sure some
We'll
weed
see.
shit we did will.
Yeah.
All right, so Bieber, do we have the Bieber pictures that we can play any of those Bieber pictures? You can put those up so everyone can see what. Say again.
The Beepster.
Oh, you put them up already?
The Beepster.
All right, I didn't see him, but I'm assuming
People
everyone
saw
else did.
people saw the Bieber with the
People
other
saw
dog.
the Biebs.
Yeah, you know, he's
That's what they
human.
came here for.
He's only human. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah, and he's like in the pictures. He's off with his boys in the mountains smoking. Like,
Yeah, who
good,
doesn't
let the
smoke
man-
weed?
Let the
It's
man
no
be.
big deal. Let him chill. He's an adult.
Right, it's fine.
Doing the damn thing.
Yeah, but people been getting on him for smoking, right? Because he's
Yeah, it seems like he's a little aloof. You know, through listening to the news and everything, sounds like he's off his game a little bit. She's concerned about them, and there's a little friction. And I really want to see her and see how she's doing.
Dear Haley, just wanted to write to say hi.
Hang in there, Haley.
Stop it. Get some help.
All right, man. Sometimes you just got. I didn't know. I forgot about that one. That's a good one.
That's a good one, right
That is
there.
a good one. All right. What do you got? What else you got?
I got one more. It's,
One more?
It's a guessing game. This one's a guessing game.
From the Cough Country News Desk, it's Steve with your cannabis news.
All right. What's the next one?
So this one, I'm going to tell you, there's a report came out that more and more people are saying alcohol is more harmful than marijuana. Right? You're going to tell me. I got some statistics. You're gonna tell me what you think it is. So this report,
Go big screen so everyone can see what this says and we can follow along.
So this report asked. So when people were asked which substance they feel is more harmful to a person's health, how many people you think said alcohol, and how many people you think you said cannabis? Right here. Oh, it's right here.
The answer's right
Oh,
there.
look at that.
So-
There you go.
So I would definitely say alcohol is more hazardous.
Like by a you can put it back up by a long shot.
Look
And
how
that's the way it should be.
Look
right?
at that. 58 to 19.
Yeah.
58 to 19,
Yeah.
which is right. That's 100% right. That means people aren't crazy.
Yeah, I mean, factually, it's 100% correct.
Sounds like
Yeah.
the masses are informed.
Now, how many Democrats said alcohol was worse, and how many Republicans said alcohol was worse? What percent?
I'm gonna say that the Democrats said more that alcohol is bad than the Republicans did.
Right. What do you think, Phil? You think more Democrats said alcohol's bad?
More Democrats said alcohol was bad.
64% Democrats said alcohol was bad. Only 52% Republicans.
You pop that up?
That's probably the next one on there.
I don't have it.
It's okay.
All right.
Well,
But,
so why do you think?
So, I mean, that one made sense. That one didn't shake me. That one made sense. Now, this one kind of threw me. So it's probably the next one. But when asked, which do you personally enjoy using more? How many people said alcohol? How many people said marijuana? What do you think? What percent said I enjoy alcohol more? Oh, here you
I'm
go.
gonna say more enjoy marijuana more.
27% said alcohol, 13% said marijuana. But this is what threw me here. 48% said neither. Who?
Who are they?
Yeah, who are those people? But
The Mennonites out there?
But honestly, before you get to the neither part, I think what it tells you is that alcohol is far more addictive, right?
It's more accepted. It's more people. Yeah.
Well, I
it's
think you
definitely
hit
more-
it right on the head. I think it's more. There's more people who drink alcohol than people that smoke weed. So that's a little skewed,
You think it's a little skewed?
right?
But
You
I'm
'cause
surprised
there's more people drink alcohol than people that smoke marijuana.
For sure.
Okay, because alcohol's been normalized, been legal forever.
Forever and ever.
Right.
So people are just
So-
used to it, right?
Yeah.
But so many people said neither, though. So many people said they
Yeah,
didn't
the
drink alcohol
neither,
at all.
the neithers.
That's what threw me.
Yeah, that's.
Neither, so they probably don't do either, right?
Yeah, but then it says 75% of the population supports cannabis, so they must support it while they don't use it.
Which has got to be a good thing. Like the
Yeah.
next one says the same thing. If you put that up, like which do you use more often? Of course, like you said, more people are using alcohol. But how many people? The 52% said neither. Like everybody's drinking, everybody's smoking. These people are lying. These people are lying.
This is a
These the
government.
outliers. This the people. Maybe they can't get no weed.
So this is from YouGov. Who is YouGov?
It's some kind of government polling.
Is it
organization. I
really
don't
the
even know.
government doing this?
Oh, I don't think it's the government. I think it's like an independent.
Well, it would make
organization.
sense that if the government did it, they would probably fuck this up and not get the information right.
Yeah, but it also says people are mixing. Like they're not drinking and smoking. They're just doing one or the other. Like people aren't mixing. Like if you choose cannabis, you choose cannabis.
They ain't from Philly.
Yeah, and they're not Todd Father in Sorrento when he had two-fisted, one beer and a pen.
How you gonna do it?
How you gonna do it?
But
Well,
yeah,
this
so
is
that just
that's
surprised
super
me.
fucking interesting.
It's interesting.
It is interesting. I question the accuracy.
Yeah, I let that poll. I like to see another poll.
Right. That's You're right. You got to kind of take a grain of salt with all these polls. You know, nothing's the 100% truth. But I thought that was pretty crazy.
All right. So here's where we're at, guys. We are. I think we're all stressed out.
Mm-hmm. I feel it.
Because
this YouTube thing got my man.
This got me. Oh,
he got me shook.
So we're gonna unshake ourselves by doing a sesh, and what we do a sesh on our late night shows,
Yes,
and we have a strain of the day. The strain of the day today is going to be a strain that we already did because we didn't bring a new strain. We still have that strain.
Well, I never tried this strain.
So
this is new for me.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
And when it's good, it could come back.
Right.
That's it.
And it was very good.
Shit was great.
It was good. So, so here's the deal, guys. You heard us talk about. We're going to hear. You heard us talk about this whole YouTube thing. Come over to Rumble. We're going to do a sesh right now. Hang out with us. And we're going to sign off both the YouTube channels that we're broadcasting on right now. If you guys are watching, you can't come over, please give us a like, tell a friend. We have a bunch of new subscribers in the last 30 days, and so we want to thank you guys for subscribing. Anything in particular that you want to see happen or us talk about, feel free to put those comments in the comment area. We read them. I guess if you want to hear the last words from these guys, you have to come over to Rumble. So we're going to go ahead and kill the feed right now. Control room will tell me when we're clear.